My dumbass forgot to delete the last video while I was recording. This last video I uploaded is only like 13 minutes long. I forgot to delete the hour video that I did before, like an idiot. So, I haven't really done anything since then besides walk down the Bill's house. Nobody answered the door. Everybody's sleeping, man. It's one of those days. Nobody wants to get up. When it's like this, nobody wants to leave the house. Shit, I don't even want to leave the house. And I'm a go-getter, you know? It stopped raining. I'm really thinking about walking still. But if I walk, I'm telling you, it happens to me every time. Every single time. Which pissed me off because yesterday I didn't walk. I'm getting all these phone calls, all these messages. That's why I didn't walk. And nobody showed up. Nobody came to look at it. That's also why I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of riding it out. It's only 10 in the morning, you know? My cat is going to have to handle it, you know? She's been fine. Except she won't stop playing with these damn wires. She thinks they're her toys and her playtime, and I'm going to have to put something on top of that. But I want them to breathe. That shit gets hot. I don't want to put nothing on top of this so I can't breathe. So yeah, I'm probably going to be just doing Linux stuff all day. Computer stuff. Really just working on getting some weed. That's it. I don't know. My brain is, I'm dead right now. I'm just like, blah. I don't feel it today. I really do. I'm not feeling people today. I'm not feeling it at all today. I feel out of it. And I know where it is because I haven't smoked. I haven't smoked really much in 2 days. Smoking helps with my charisma and my energy levels, you know? I mean, I'm good. Just don't want to walk. I would love... Listen, if I had a blunt right now, we'd be getting down on some computer stuff. I'm just not in the mood to do it right now. I'm not in the mood to do anything, really. This fucking thing. None of this shit matters. There's no lights in there. This is the only thing I probably should have put up, but I forgot about it last night. Shit gets wet anyways, man, underneath the car. Fucking from the that car's from the 1990s. You think that fucking radiator fan didn't get wet, splashed underneath? Crazy. They fucking used to drive those cars through puddles just to try to fucking sink them. People hated those cars. People used to make fun of them all the time. And seriously, in the 90s, they used to steal those cars and take off to California. I mentioned it before. That was the most common car to steal because you could get to California with a tank of gas. You got 50 miles to the gallon, you know? You could drive from Michigan to California with like 30, 40 bucks back then. That's crazy. Yeah. And if you got the XFI Geo Metro, which was the white one, you get even better gas mileage. Which was it was like the 91, 92 era. I'm sure they had 93, 94, but I don't think they ever made the XFI after that, because Chevy started rebadging them as well. They weren't called Geo Metros no more. They weren't Suzukis really. They said Chevy, they had Chevy badges on them. Which there was one recently for sale. It was the last, they had it was pristine. It was the very last Geo Metro that rolled off the assembly line in 2001. And it had like no miles on it. It was like still wrapped in plastic. It looked like. It was insane. They were asking a lot of money for it though. Like way, way out there. It blew my mind. I guess I'm gonna do some computer stuff. I don't know, man. I'm frustrated. It's still early though. It's still really early. It's really yesterday. I'm frustrated from yesterday. That's what it is. Fucking sat at home yesterday, did nothing. Didn't just fucked around. I can't stand Facebook Marketplace sometimes. It's just people wasting your time, you know. That's all it was. I'm ready to get out of here. That's what it is. I want to be out of here, and people not buying my transmission is holding me back in a sense, you know. So it did format. I'm about to attempt to see what happens. So I just plugged it in. I don't know. We'll go for it. Boop. So right now, it's just booting off of this. I already had the BIOS set up to boot off of it, which you just go into the F2 settings, F10 settings, F12, escape. It's one of those keys. You tap it, and then you gotta set up the computer to boot off of it. But Linux is very difficult sometimes when it comes to UEFI shit, so you might have to do a little research sometimes to get shit running. That's my cat scratching my chair, my designer chair. I don't like it, but I'm not. I'm just letting it go. So we're gonna do this wireless. Even though I should run a LAN, but it's all good. All right. I'm not worried about people getting my wireless password. I know who's on my wireless. I'll kick you off real quick. Plus, I could do MAC address, all this stuff. Plus, people that are looking at my wireless, I don't think they're going to come all the way over here just to get my internet. Host name. So, we're going to name the computer. I'm going to name it Weatherbox. I'm going to turn this real quick. I don't need people seeing my domain name. Put in the username. Yep. I'm going to type in the password. Shit. It's weird typing with one hand. Sure, Eastern time. You can hear the CD-ROM spool up. It's so weird hearing that. I'm not used to it. It's really why I wanted this computer, specifically because it had that. So we could use, we can do manual. We'll go ahead and do a manual just so I can show you guys how to do it. So there's the actual flash drive. And then here's the 1 terabyte. Well, that's the 4 terabyte. We don't want to format that. That has all my stuff on it. We're going to be formatting this one, the 1 terabyte ATA. So we're basically going to be deleting all this stuff. So we need to go. Oh, it hurts. She climbed up my pant leg. So we're just gonna delete all the partitions on the 1 terabyte. I'm gonna delete them all manually. Alright, so now we have 1 terabyte of free space. This has 16 gigs of RAM. You don't normally you would go 1.5 times of the amount of RAM you have for a swap. So we're just gonna automatically partition the free space and see how much swap it creates. This is what it says normally for new users, which is fine for me because I'm keeping most of my all my files, like my pictures, my photos on the external hard drive. If I wasn't, normally I would create a home partition, which would be separate from the operating system. So if I messed something up on the operating system or I had to reinstall it, I wouldn't have to transfer my data, like all my movies and pictures and stuff. I could leave them in that partition and only reinstall the operating system. That's what the most, that's why you would do something like that for the most part. There's other reasons as well. But since all my movies and everything else is on that 4 terabyte, we're just gonna keep it simple, for now, just all in one partition. And which is gonna be a root partition, which is the /. So what did it created a 1 gigabyte swap. I didn't think it was going to be much because I have so much RAM in there. I was curious to see how much it would do it, alone by itself. So, it kept a little bit of free space. I made a BIOS scrub. This is so it can boot. What happens is when the computer turns on, this is the information that it uses to boot this, the ext-4 operating system, which is the /. And then the swap, what that is a partition on the hard drive that the RAM, the internal memory, the RAM that is installed on this computer, if it gets too full, what it will do is it will put information in the swap as it's calculating, and then it'll put, basically it just has somewhere to put information, data in and out of when it needs to, so it can work faster. It's basically an extra gig of RAM in a sense. That's basically how you would look at it. But really it's just a partition so it can read and write in and out of it when it needs to. That was created for, small RAM systems, but this, first of all, I'm running Linux and this thing's got 16 gigs of RAM in it, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use all of the RAM. If it was Windows, Windows, it would use up probably half of the RAM just at idle, which is terrible. There's a reason why I use Linux. I'm gonna leave it at that. So yeah, we'll go ahead, finish partitioning, writing changes to the disk. If you continue changes this below, it'll be written to the disk. Otherwise, you'll be able to make further changes manually. Blah blah blah. Warning: this will destroy all data on any partitions you have removed, as well as the partitions that are going to be formatted. Sure, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna format and install. Click yes. And then it goes, does this stuff. It'll have the little loading bar and all that shit shortly. Yeah. I love Kali Linux too because it's Debian based. I know it very well. I prefer Debian. I tinker around with other stuff. But it's been a while since I've done anything either like crazy, like building anything or like modifying game systems or opening up stuff and reverse engineering stuff, trying to figure out how stuff works. Building stuff out of just random equipment. Things you wouldn't. Repurposing electronics for other uses. I was planning on starting a whole thing here. I was going to, that back room, the studios, I was getting everything together. I just got this house. I've only been here for a year. And my dad was supposed to help me, and he did nothing but give me problems. I don't even know why I moved in here, man. I should have stayed where I was. I shouldn't have listened to people. And that's why I'm making these videos, man. I was listening to everyone else, man. I always have. Always listening to other people and taking their input and not following what it is that I should be following, my heart. That's why I quit my career. I quit all these things because I had all these people telling me that I couldn't do a YouTube or I couldn't do this, that people that on YouTube and Facebook are lucky, that's just a 1 in a million chances that those people made it. And I'm thinking in my head, like, no, dude, that doesn't make any sense to me. Everything that I've ever had or owned is because I pushed and worked hard for it. And that's why those people have it. God gave it to them because they worked hard for it. Stupid. I'm waiting for mail. That gift card never came, which is weird because that company that I sent that thing to is usually good. I don't know if I might have wrote the wrong address on it and I took it to the post office where it just never got there. So I'm thinking about maybe doing some of that stuff before I leave. Get some coupons, gift cards going. Which if I do decide to do that, I'll show you guys. All you do is go on websites. You fucking search all these different things that you can do. Don't use, you can use Google, but Bing is probably going to be better than Google. Google's kind of, reason why I don't like Google for the most part, even Bing is the same way too. I use different search engines now. As Google's gotten to the point where you're only going to see what people are paying for. Like Google ads, all these equipment, like all the stuff. You'll see good stuff, don't get me wrong. If you're looking to buy stuff, like on certain things, Google's fine. It's been used a lot. It's not like it used to be. There's so many better search engines. Which I've been using for now. I like it so far. It's been good. I'm trying to get used to it more, and get to know it more, but I've been so busy with the house, the truck, everything else, moving, planning everything. I haven't really even had a full day on the computer or, half a day, let alone a few minutes, This is the first time I've actually been able to sit down and actually do some stuff, which all I really want is some weed today. If it's going to be like this, all I'm trying to do is get some weed today. Some cat food. I have food. Get some milk and fucking do computer stuff all day. I gotta get the shit done this weekend. I gotta be out of here soon, I'm not trying to stay here for as long as I can. No. I'm trying to be out of here. So I gotta sell this stuff. It's waiting patiently. It's the weekend, so that's the important thing. That's when a lot of stuff sells too, is the weekend, because people are free. You know, people gotta have trucks, they gotta, you know, bring a buddy, you know, all that stuff, you know, people, you know. It'd be nice to have a buddy. I got Bill, but he's not my age, you know what I mean? He doesn't know the stuff I know and stuff, so it's been kind of lonely, you know. I haven't had any friends on my level ever. I've never met anyone that knows as much as I do. There was one person, but his name was Mike. He worked at the cell phone store with me. The first cell phone store that I worked at. Good dude. Really good dude. I miss him. I helped him do a Subaru STI swap. He did put a STI motor in his base model Subaru, which it was funny because he was trying to put the engine fucking the K frame, the engine support that bolts, you know, from the STI one it's different than the base one. It has a little notch in it for the 4-inch exhaust that comes down from the turbo. So he had to switch it over. Well, him and his buddy sat there for 2 days because they couldn't get the tie rod fucking bolts loose. And I told him to use heat. And he's like, I don't want to use heat. I'm afraid to melt the rubber. I'm thinking, like, dude, come on, man. And then, so I went over there, and they were so afraid to use the heat. I was like, all right, I won't use heat. I was like, give me that impact. And they're like, we already tried impacting it. I'm like, yeah, and? I'm like, hand it to me. And they gave it to me, and I put the impact on there, and I tightened it and then loosened it. I just hit it, cranked it once, tightened it, boom, hit it again, it came right off. They looked at me. They were pissed. They were like, what the fuck? That's what happens when you have experience. I told them, just next time, you know, tighten it, then loosen it. See, now it's starting to come down again. Alright, we got somewhere. I was waiting for this. Alright, desktop environment. You know, this has a lot of RAM and it has 16 gigs of RAM, but it has a really small processor. And I really like the light desktop, so I'm gonna stick with XFCE. We're gonna go with everything. Why not? Got a terabyte hard drive, and that's the whole reason why we're using this operating system is to have everything. 4,200 packages. It says 5 minutes. That flash drive is old as fuck too. I've had that thing forever. I'm surprised it still runs. I do not know. I'm just waiting. I'll be excited if somebody comes and picks up something today. Because then it's worth walking to the dispensary. It's worth it because then I can just shoot straight down Telegraph, hop on the bus, head to the dispensary. I can take Telegraph right back with the same amount of money. The same ticket. I can get there fast and get back. I won't be there all day. If I walk, that's what's gonna take me all day. And I like walking, but it's 30 miles. It's 30 miles. 15 miles there, 15 miles back. There's other dispensaries that are closer, but they're shit. Most of them you can't even walk in and go look at the thing. You gotta fucking, You gotta wait out in the parking lot, and how am I gonna wait out in the parking lot when I don't have a vehicle? They won't, unless you go in the hood. I'm not walking in. Listen, man, I'm not walking to the hood when I can go to the actual dispensary that I can walk in, and I know everyone, and I can look at the stuff, you know? If I go to the hood, they serve you, and the dispensaries, they operate like trap spots. They operate like dope spots. I don't like it. If I wanted to go to the dope spot, I'd go to the dope spot. You know what I mean? And I'd catch me some real dope. And I wouldn't even be going to the dope spot. They drive right up to you in Detroit, man. Nobody... Listen, man, a real drug dealer in Detroit ain't gonna be standing on no corner. We move in Detroit. We move. We move around. We never sit in one spot. That's not how we move. You gotta move around in Detroit. There's so, man. Detroit, there's so many empty houses, man, and stuff. Listen, man, you know, you don't know nothing about that life until you're pulling between bandos. Just so cops don't see you coming down, because that's what they do. They'll come down the main Ave, and they'll look down each side street. If you're parked on the side street and somebody's standing outside of the door, you look like you're serving. So what do? You pull between the fucking abandoned buildings. The person serves you between the abandoned buildings. Between the abandoned houses. That way when and they're not even cops half the times. They're narcos. They're narcotics officers. Narcotics division. They're in an undercover vehicle. They're wearing civilian clothes. All they have is a badge and a pistol and a vest on. A lot of times it's underneath their fucking regular apparel. They got a leather jacket on or something. If it's during the winter, you can't even see the vest. How the fuck do you know? He looks like a regular person. So, yeah, that's how you do it. You move in Detroit. Drive right up, boom, done. You know, the deal's over in 2 seconds, you're already gone. Why would you want to sit? You know, you can make fucking 40 drops, you know what I mean, within 20 minutes. I've seen it where fucking motherfuckers that have 10 motherfuckers lined up and take care of all of them real quick. Boom, 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 boom. I've done it. How do you think I had to fucking support my habit, man? I had a bad habit. I had a lot of people coming to me. A lot of people coming from I know a lot of people. All the people are coming from the good neighborhoods to me. Because I had the connection, everybody has their own little connects, their own little plugs. I stopped all that shit though, man. I don't do nothing like that, man. Stopped that stuff years ago. It's been over 5 years since I've done anything like that. No need for it, man. I don't even want to be around those people. I don't. Causes nothing but drama and bullshit. They're fake people, most of them. They'll rob you quicker than a motherfucker. They'll kill you, rob you so quick. And if I get caught doing something like that again, I'm going away the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I go away a long time. You only live once. So I don't do nothing. Nothing. I promise you, nothing. Nothing. Don't work. You guys see what I do every day. That's why I record it. I can't wait to get her right in. She's almost there, man. I gotta get a couple more things done. I'll be happy once I get her on the road. I miss driving. I miss sitting in the seat. That seat's comfortable even though I don't move. The fucking motor went bad. I gotta figure something out because Margarita's gonna be driving it. She's got to be able to move the seat up to be able to push the gas pedal and brake pedal. So I'm probably just gonna get either a new motor or just get new seats. It needs new seats anyways. I was gonna put the other seats from the other truck in there because they were that nice. They were like brand new, but I couldn't turn down the money that I got for them. So that money helped me out a lot. See, it's still going. That's why I just been walking around. Let's see. I doubt I got any messages on my Facebook. That's what I thought. I'm waiting for Marketplace to start banging. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna get off for a minute, right? I'm gonna upload this. This isn't gonna be doing much. After this, all it's gonna do is restart. Once I get it like turned on now, you know what I mean, running off the actual once it restarts. I figure out what's going on. Maybe some money happens or nothing, you know, maybe I get some money, we can do something today. I'm not gonna record. I'm about to turn off the camera until something pops up, till something happens. So, yeah. If you guys don't see me, it's because nothing is happening. Y'all take care.